July is over, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that's right.
All right. Got it. All right. Let's see. Go. So let's get into I know, right? Like, come on.
Did you guys
Here.
know he's a boxer and he just won 2 championships? He's amazing. Watch the video.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for the introduction, Megan and BJ. I really do appreciate it. So for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm actually the account executive for Chicago Title for Peoria, Bloomington, Springfield, and Champaign. My job, my actual job is to make sure that realtors are comfortable in their world, because any title company can bring the orders to the table. It's what are we doing outside of the closing table that is bringing a benefit to you and your business. And so they had to hire Alan Bensing. So you're welcome, guys. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so let me get into this app. So what we have, this is one of 9 different products that Chicago Title offers realtors to utilize on a daily basis for their business, however they have. And so I have this map of Peoria up right now. And so basically what you can do is, so right here is going to be your best friend, this farming button right there. So if you click on that farming button, you can do one of 3 different types of searches. You can do radius search, boundary search, and area search. I'll show you an area search first. That's going to be a little bit more broad. But yeah, you go in here and you enter in where you want to search first. And so I'll put it into Peoria County here. And let's just do something towards the top. Let's say Chillicothe. Okay, so first you have to determine on where you're going to search first. And then you need to determine on what you want to search for after that. So Illinois is a non-disclosure state, so not everything on this will work the way that you would want it to work, but it does still have a lot of information that's available to you. Lot size. If you were to do a search for 43,560 feet, you could find anything and everything in that in Chillicothe that's greater than or less than an acre. So that's a mode that you can do for some type of search. Purchase price, assessment value, all different kinds of things in different criteria that you can search. Empty nester, we have out of state, non-owner occupied. These are all good for searching. One thing that I find extremely helpful is this loan to value ratio right here. Okay. Loan to value ratio, it's going to let you know if you do less than 5%, then that means that they own 95% of that property. And so every single search that you go in and that you add in here is just going to add into this little category down here, guys. And so then you can easily see what you already have down. Got it down for single family residents and condos. And so, yeah, I'm going to look for everybody in Chillicothe that has a loan to value ratio of less than 5%. If it does that little spinny thing down there, then you know you're on the right path. So this tells me that it found 1,570 properties, and it would cost you a whopping $78.50 to get that information. If you have a big team, that's going to keep you guys pretty busy. And we can go another level on top of that. I want to get the phones and emails on this. I want to be abundantly clear here that it will not pick up every single phone number and it will not pick up every single email, but it will only charge you for what it finds. So it'll find 75% phone numbers, and it will find 35% for the emails, and they will have a specific charge on that. So whether you want to do an email blast, you want to get phone numbers, or you want to do both. Let's see what that same exact search changes to after adding in the phone number. So it's still going to have that 1,500, but yeah, just took it up to 266. So not even $300, and you would have pretty much prime real estate for calling individuals in Chillicothe. I think that can be pretty powerful for your business. But yeah, so let me show you something. So that's kind of the broader sense that you can use it for. So let's get a little bit. Oh, there we go. So let's try another way. So let's maybe focus in on a specific area or neighborhood that you might be trying to work. So you can zoom in as close as you need to. I want to work on this from this, and then you double click on the last one that you want. So now this is your search criteria for where it's going to look. So before it was Chillicothe, now it's this little area here. And I want to check to see what leads are in this territory. Okay, so I didn't show you this category yet. But yeah, you just click on this, that little caret right there. And in these, it says affidavit of death, bankruptcy, cash buyers, lien, and Liz pendants. I get the question asked all the time, where in the process are they with the Liz pendants? It could be any part of that process, 30 days, 90 days, soon to lose their house, all in between. I consider this app ice fishing. Okay. For those of you that know how to fish, you have your expertise. When you see a pond or a lake, you know that, well, there's a downed, branch over there. There's going to be some fish over there. But what if you had a fish finder with you? Fishermen know that if you have a fish finder, it literally will tell you where the schools of fish are. And so then this is giving you the best opportunity to find those individuals. I'm not saying that all 1,500 of those people from Chillicothe are ready to sell their house, but it would prompt you guys to go in there and say, hey, this is Alan Bensing. I'm a local realtor. Is there anything I can do to help you in your world? Oh my gosh, I was just talking to my husband about this, and yeah, we've been wanting to talk to a realtor. Thank you so much. And everything everything in between there. So, but yeah, affidavit of death, that could be individuals that just passed away, and so now someone's looking to sell their property, or they're individuals that are going to be taking care of that, could have some issues with that. So you want to put in what you're searching for first, and then your date of filing. I recommend putting in your last X amount of months, and put in usually 12 or 24 months, whatever you need. And again, all of those are going to fill in right down here. You're going to see all those are where they're at. Let's get the count in that. So in that small little area, there are 10 people, 10 properties that have an affidavit of death. And it would cost you a whopping $5 to get that information. So if you're looking to fine tune this, you can fine tune this. Let's find the phones and emails for that also. And it went up $1.20. So yeah, you got phone numbers and email addresses that are accordingly. Okay. So that's a couple different ways that you can search. Go in here, you can clear your search out. We can do a radius search as well. Same exact idea. Just blow up whatever you'd like, go into the next, find whatever search category you'd like. There is another feature that you can use that I found pretty successful is, let's say that you have an address. Yeah, I want to find everybody that would be in those lead categories around my address. So I'm going to just throw in the address of Chicago Title in Peoria. Generate report. I want the lead sheet. And so what this is basically going to do is draw a 2.5 mile circle around whatever address you have in there. And it's going to tell you all the pertinent leads that are in there. So now look at this. Liens, we found 21, Liz pendants 16, bankruptcies 8, affidavit of death 5. Are these worth buying? I don't know. That's up to you, but you can choose it appropriately, select whichever one, and go from there. I get that cold calling is not everybody's cup of tea. I know that maybe when you started out, you had to do a whole bunch of cold calling. I'm in sales. I get it. I know that a warm handoff is a lot nicer, but let's face it, you got some agents that are maybe just starting out. And if they're on your team, give them an effective list and thank Chicago Title. But yeah, the only thing that we asked in that is if you find any business through this, that you try to utilize Chicago Title for this, because obviously we're the ones that are supplying this. But I don't think that's asking too much. But yeah, that's the only catch that we have with this whole program. And again, this is one of 9 different apps that we have to be able to share with you realtors on a day-to-day basis. So if you were to look into Title Toolbox on your own, you would actually, to get the welcome email, it would cost you $500 per person that you would want on that list. So if you have a 5-person team, that's $2,500. Or you just call me up and say, hey, Alan, let's get together. Let's meet. I kind of, you can kind of show me the app or whatever. And I would be able to send you the welcome email for free. So instantly, I'm already saving you guys money for an extremely effective app that would be able to help you out. And I'm available all the time. I obviously have meetings where I'm meeting with people, but I will work you in because that's literally my job. So yeah, any questions? Anything that anybody wants to go over?
Nope, just when can we meet?
Yeah, when can we meet? I got you, Lisa. We'll get that set up. No worries. Not all at once. Okay. All right. Okay. So,
Anybody on Zoom have any questions?
all right.
Will you run through, how will they set, when they set this up, when they meet with you, are you gonna show them how to set this up?
So I tell people that there are different types of learners that are out there. You got people that are really quick learners, and there are people that really need, maybe their handheld or, whatever. I'm okay with any scenario. So typically what I'll do is I'll meet with the agents and their team, go over the products, see whichever one they like, and then focus in from there. And so if I can, I've been in scenarios where I have the credit card in hand, their credit card, and I will actually purchase the list for them. And so
When you get the list, is it a CSV file? Is it a PDF?
it comes to you as in an email, and so then it's actually as a Excel spreadsheet, and so then you can import that, and then we also, another one of our tools that we have is CoreFact, and CoreFact is one where you can actually set up mailers, and it's set up on a template like system. So if you find an appropriate card through CoreFact and you find your list through Title Toolbox, you can import that list into CoreFact. So now you have your message going exactly out to the people that you want it to see. And so then when you pair that together, and you hit those, because I wouldn't just do one card, I'd do, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in a row, because consistency is where you're going to see those results.
That's what I was just gonna hit on. If you get these lists and people call one time and don't get an answer, these are great. This CSV file can be imported, whether you're going to use CoreFact, you're going to use Command, you're going to use Brivity, whatever CRM you use. If you have a smart plan or a drip campaign set up to just nurture some of these, you start talking about estates and affidavits of death, those people might not right now be at a point where they're able to think about selling a house. But if you can drip on them for the next 6 months, 6 months from now, the family may be at a point where they're thinking about that. So these are really only as effective as the system we're willing to build around them to communicate with these people. So when you're thinking about that, think about that in 2 parts. It can be a simple smart plan, drip campaign, depending on the CRM you're using. But maybe focus on one group of people first. If you're going to go with I had this, I don't know if Ryan's on the call, but I had this conversation with him. So I'm like, how do you call somebody that's like almost in foreclosure? Like, hey, got your number. And I don't even remember what it was, but Ryan had an awesome script that was like, hey, I'm really sorry. I know this is an awkward phone call, but I'm here to help if there's anything that I can do. And it was, I mean, those can be some awkward phone calls to make.
Sure.
Affidavits of death, same thing. Like, those are some hard phone calls to make. So if that's something you're going to do, hone in on one group of people and perfect that script before you just buy 10 lists of all these different kind of people. If you're going in on an area because you have a buyer looking in an area, or you want to focus on empty nesters and that process, my recommendation would be cold calling is not the easiest thing. So pick one thing, perfect your script, put a drip campaign around it, and really master that before you just add a whole bunch of random people that you end up paying for and we don't talk to effectively. So
Have you guys ever heard of Breakthrough Broker?
Mm-mm.
So Breakthrough Broker is actually an app that we just recently purchased, but basically it was designed by a realtor out of I believe he's from Colorado, and he has a second team, I believe, in Texas. But he came up with this website where it's for realtors. And so that type of search that you might be looking for, hey, I need a script on how to cold call, or I need a script on how to, it's most likely going to be in there, and it'd be a YouTube video on how to do that. So that's another one of our tools that we actually, Breakthrough Broker. Yep.
I probably shouldn't recommend this, but I use ChatGPT for almost everything that I write, most of the things that I send you guys. And I know Sophia uses it a lot. Come through ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Smarter, not harder.
Yes, exactly.
But I would highly recommend, if you're struggling with the script of any kind, throw it into ChatGPT. You don't have to use what it spits out. But if you have not used that, I'm off on a tangent a little bit, but we get so paralyzed by content. If you're putting out a lot of content, it's hard. If you have 4 listings coming on in a week, those social posts get hard, because how many different ways can you announce a listing? Go put all of that criteria into ChatGPT and it'll spit out a beautiful little broker or a little public remarks thing. So if you haven't checked it out yet, ChatGPT, I'm telling you what, it'll save you hours.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Megan, I will say, you can literally copy and paste, like Control A, an entire page of like the MRED listing, and then just paste that into the ChatGPT, and it will input social post, a caption, and it will list it all out for you, emojis, everything. Like sometimes all I'm doing is Control A, Control V, then Control C to copy, Control V. Like it's literally 3 seconds. So I highly recommend that.
All right. Any questions?
Yeah, Alan?
Yes.
On that one page where it had death certificates and liens and so forth, there was also cash buyers.
Uh-huh.
And is that just show people who purchased their own property by cash?
Correct. Yeah. Whoever falls into that category of a cash buyer. Yes. And so that could be in what I was trained to focus on would be, those would be individuals that are like investors, people that, purchase these properties, cash. And so again, you get a list and you notice a name reappear in a certain area. If you're buying up certain areas in Washington or whatever, and you notice an investor, that might be someone you might want to get in contact with. Because then that might be a lifelong customer, because we all know how valuable those can be. But yeah,
Thanks.
of course.
Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you, Alan. We appreciate your time. Do you want to tell them how to get a hold of you if they'd like to set up a meeting?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can either contact me on my phone directly. Phone number is 309-264-2064, or you can send me an email address or an email, Alan, ALAN.Bensing, BENSING at ctt.com. That'd be cattomtom.com. And
How many
so,
times have you said that?
oh, I've said that so many times. Yeah.
And I'll email that out. So if you missed it, no worries. I'll email that out this afternoon. So, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
If you are staying on to get an update on what's going on with Peoria, please stay on Zoom. Let's do wants and needs first. I'm sorry, wants and needs.
Hi, guys. We have a listing coming on. We're gonna list it, I think, Thursday night, and we'll start showings on Friday. It is in Greenbrier. It's on Hoover. It's a drive under bi-level. It has 3 bedrooms and I have to check on the bathrooms. Anyway, it very nice, move-in ready, fenced backyard. We're gonna list that at 189.5.
Anyone else? Anybody got one on there? In the middle. Who's in the middle?
We'll send those on.
Oh, listen, you're muted. You want me to read your list? I have a listing coming up in,
From where?
what?
You tell me.
You're muted. Say it all again. Yeah, I can't hear you. What's the deal? I don't know what's happening right now. This doesn't make any sense. 1 second, please.
I bet I know what she's gonna say. I don't know what's going on with her audio, but she has a listing coming on Bluebill in normal.
Bluebill. Eagle
Oh,
Lane.
that's not what you were gonna say. Okay.
She said she has a blue bird in her backyard.
We do have a listing coming on Bluebill in the next couple months if anybody's interested. She needs homes to show up to 150 in Bloomington normal
Excellent.
on Thursday if possible.
You guys are a good team. You guys should work together.
I have a client who is looking for new construction ranch, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, up to 400. So if you know of anything that is coming on, that'd be great. I did show one yesterday that was Seth's, and it was a beautiful home. It'll be done in September, but that was the first house, and we're looking for others to look at as well. Thank you. In Bloomington normal.
Anybody else? Alan, if you want to shut your computer off, I'm gonna switch and I'm gonna use this one. As soon as it go away.
That, okay. Okay, if you are a Bloomington agent and you would like to stay on, you're more than welcome. But we have some announcements about the Peoria office, so you are welcome to stay on, or if you have things to do and are ready to start your day, that's fine too. Can we push this forward? Okay.
Everybody staying on? Because what? This is the juicy